Hey everyone, welcome to another Python tutorial. Today we are going to talk about zip longest, which is a very handy function from itertools module in Python. While you may be familiar with zip, which pairs elements from two or more iterable, zip longest gives you extra power when the iterables you want to combine are of unequal lengths. If you're not familiar with zip function, I have a short tutorial about this function in my channel. So right now, let's start with the zip longest. What is a zip longest? Actually, zip longest lets you zip multiple iterables together, but it ensures that the iteration continues until the longest iterable is exhausted. If one iterable is shorter, it fills the gaps with a specified value. This is different from zip, which stops as soon as the shortest iterable is exhausted. So let me import the zip function, zip longest from the itertools. And we start with a very simple list. Let's say we have the first list with 3 members, second list with 2 members. And once we start, using the zip longest with these two unequal lengths of lists, as you can see, by default, it fill the value with none. So that's the default fill value from the zip longest. So in this example, zip longest pairs the element from list 1 and list 2, but when list 2 runs out of the elements, it fills the gap with none by default. One of the good points is you can specify the fill value. So you don't have to stick with none. You can specify your own fill value using fill value argument. In this example, as you can see, we passed on a value to the fill value argument, which is available on zip longest. And when we use the same list here, you will see that instead of none, we have right now x that we define here. So this is very handy, to be honest. Sometimes you don't want to do it only with none. You want to have some default value. Now let's continue with one practical use case of the zip longest. So when you should use the zip longest, it's especially useful when you're working with data sets of different lengths and you want to ensure that no data is left behind. For example, let's say you're working with multiple lists representing data from different sources and you want to compare them even if some of them are incomplete. So as you can see in this example, we have 3 lists here, the students with their name, grades, and the attendance state. So the first list has 3 members, second list has 2 members, and the last list is only have 1 member. So it's a good example to see how zip longest behaves on multiple iterables and also with the custom defined fill value. When we run this, you can see for the first one, it has all the values and filled inside. For the second member and the third member, we also have some value, but we also have missing value, which filled up with NA. So that's pretty much about the zip longest and its behavior. But just some key points if you want to specify, you have to make sure you're importing that zip longest from itertools module. Zip longest it zip multiple iterables continuing until the longest iterable is done. You can specify a custom fill value to replace none when one iterable runs out of the elements, and it works great when you're dealing with iterables of unequal lengths. Well, I hope this tutorial helps you understand how powerful zip longest can be. If you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Python tutorial, and let me know in the comments how you've used zip longest in your project. See you next time.